This.
Have you ever wanted to spontaneously play music whenever a piano is presented in front of you? Well, you can learn to with today's sponsor, Flowkey. Not to be confused with the board game Keyflow, Flowkey is actually a brilliantly designed app that solves one of my biggest concerns when teaching beginner to intermediate students: the development of sight reading and memory skills. When you start playing the piano, your brain will very quickly choose between having your eyes constantly glued to the sheet music or memorizing the music as fast as possible to avoid seeing the sheet music again at all cost. Well, with Flowkey, you can be sure to improve both the reading and the memory. The sheet music moves along with your playing, so you won't have too much to look at, but what you are looking at matters more. And if you can't play a piece at the given speed, there is wait mode. Wait mode will stop at each note and wait until you play it before moving on. Perfect for any type of practice. So, want to learn some Christmas music to liven up that upcoming party? Click on the link in the description to get a free week of Flowkey Premium.
This is Super Junior Burn the Floor. Super Junior?
They were my first K-pop.
Really?
Sorry.
Oh my god. That was my jam though. Sorry.
You will be reacting to the performance video that they released for their 2020 single, Burn the Floor, which is a pre-release for their 10th album called The Renaissance that will be released sometime in 2021, although it'll probably be out by the time we release this reaction video. Burn the Floor talks about the singer's passionate admiration for his lover and compares their relationship to a sensual dance performance.
When was this released?
Like a few months ago.
That's so cool. Stop.
Respond to my harrs.
This song is composed by Jisoo Park, Blair Taylor, Jake K, and that's it. Yep.
Sari.
Ooh. Oh, spoopy.
Strings. Hello. It's like a waltz.
It's not like a waltz, it is a waltz.
Shut up, it's a triple.
That was cool. The slow down.
Huh.
I love that.
Oh, these strings are really pretty. This.
The vocals sound so crispy.
Wow. So smooth. Oh, I love the chimes. His voice.
Nice!
Bring it in. This is sexy!
I love how you can still hear the orchestra in the back. Usually they would like cut it off if they put in an orchestra.
This sounds fantastic. Wow, that's captivating. That's such a great melody. I love that piano beat. That was like a grand piano on top of the strings now.
I love that. Oh, oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, all that chromaticism was super nice. Oh, so this part's just so pretty. That is a splashy clap. Would they go from a ton of size C major to an E major? Oh yeah.
Well, I like it when the G, F, and then the E. That transition makes all the difference.
I love how they're just kind of like overwhelmed.
That's exactly what I was
That
gonna say.
melodic phrase.
pentatonic melody.
The orchestration is incredible.
Now there's like this beautiful harp, making this bridge even more. Oh, and these horns in the back too. Oh yeah, it's just layered upon layered.
It's so dreamy.
Waltz.
Oh! What?
Okay, now it's dubstep.
Oh, is that a French horn?
French horn riffs?
That's
They are!
so epic. And they're rapping these triplets?
Whoa, that's really, really crazy.
I think it's so cool when people can like produce an orchestra and make it fit in this kind of genre. It sounds so good.
How were the string parts?
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and it's like the F, right?
Very Carmen.
Oh, okay.
I need to like speak English.
You can just make facial expressions.
Wow! Whoa! Whoa! No, I really like the fact that they use classical instruments and just like classical styles.
No, I agree with you. I think that I like the addition of the strings was really nice. I think that having the harp and like these pizzicato styled strings to accentuate like that tango atmosphere was really, really nice and well done.
I think this is a classic example of like pizzicato being used in the beginning and then moving to arco to like evoke different like emotions and like different styles that they want to use, where it's like pluck pluck versus like we are dancing. And I didn't have lyrics for this song, but like you're talking about like a sensual dance for your lover, like yeah, it's very much like a bowing kind of like, oh, we're really feeling it now,
Yeah,
instead of like the pluck
yeah.
pluck, like kind of hesitant, like, ooh, I like you.
And then they added the brass and specifically the horn riffs at the end. That's a
Dude.
common thing that Mahler tends to do as well
The
to like
elephant toots.
signify like the big ending.
I love all the elements that they bring back into things. So like the waltz we had in the beginning comes back towards the end, even though we then jump into something totally different. Yeah, which is really cool. Visually though, this concept is incredibly simplistic looking, but has such strong visual effect to just be focusing in on light and shadow and to just bring out all of those things it's just a genius idea. And then just the vocal things that they do, please do your thing.
They're just so high. I mean, there was no vocal pedagogy commentary besides going, high notes!
Can we talk about that operatic thing that happens
The
towards
la
the
la
end?
la la la. That's so left field. So that's
it
one of them. That's a male voice.
That's what I would be curious to know, because he changes, if it is one of them, they've definitely changed their timbre. Just
But
the
that sounds
vowel
like a male
sounds in
voice. It's a really dark, like sound.
that. Yeah. I know things. I said vowels. Look at me go.
I wish I'd listened to some more Super Junior before coming here, because there's a lot of just their singing that feels really nostalgic, but I can't point out any particular sound or person, but it's beautiful.
The chorus melody, I loved. Yeah, I love that. It's just like that minor pentatonic thing, and it starts on the minor chord, and then it goes to like flat 6 major 7, but it does the same melody over it. So it's like, I don't know. I love when it does that. It's like the melody stated one time on a chord, and then the chord changes, and then the melody's the same, but it has like a new character because it's a new chord.
And then the way the chorus develops, you're already in it, but then I'm not articulating it well, but they kind of flip the phrasing so that it's even more overwhelming.
Right, so it's like lower melody, and then it goes.
And then higher. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Sam, you look so pensive.
It's just really interesting because when I think back on this song, I think, oh, the orchestration makes it made me think, oh, it was going to be a very delicate feeling. But sort of the afterthought that I think about it is that there were moments of such almost triumph or such big, swelled beats. And I'm just trying to unpack where that came from, because I think about sort of especially thinking about the piano and the pitsy strings. It was all very, very controlled, very within the all of them had the same motif of like descending lines. And then when the chorus comes in, you're just thinking, oh wow, like that's huge. That just sounds big. So I'm just trying to process that. That's just really, really cool. I just felt like a wave of music just rushed over me.
I wonder too then if it is also the combination of like, for us hearing it, the classical technique with digital going back and forth.
I think
it's passed so much in the song.
I think that might be true. Especially because like hearing the first verse and stuff like that, I had an expectation for what was gonna come. And then for it to just drop us in this big chorus, just how it sort of like flirted with that ascending line just makes it seem like it's just swelling until all of a sudden it goes to this quiet hush of the piano and the pitsy.
What I have to say about like the orchestration of things, it was very clean. And I thought that was really nice. I think that something that was important when, you know, making an orchestration that stylizes tango is that there was a lot of space. Because tango is all about space, and it's all about like the space where the two dancers, which is what they're speaking about, where the two dancers can intimately just be in the present moment when there's no sound or nothing, just there. And that's like one of the big aspects of tango music is just the silence between these, you know, beautifully like plucked strings almost. I also liked how the instrumentation got thicker and thicker in an orchestral sense as we went along.
The first part you have these pizzicato strings and mixed in with like bowed strings, right? No, it's pretty much all pits.
So there was like synth and like ambient sound that was kind of following the chord structure with the strings in the beginning.
That big industrial right before the second verse. And then we have the same kind of verse content, but we have the piano. Boom. With these arpeggios and hits and a percussion section, so there's a verse, but we're adding on layers to it, and I think that's such a smart build. They're building up in the pre-chorus in pitch. And it really builds up that tension. I was feeling here like, just give it to me, I need the chorus. And this, with the trap 808, like, and everyone singing in unison, is just such a swell of sound and I think emotion.
But then later we have this like harp that gets more of the sound, and then you have these, I don't know if they're real players, but there was like this synth brass sound that like even more.
The brass sounded pretty real.
Yeah, it sounded pretty real, but even more accentuated like that orchestral touch to it, which I thought brought a lot of levity and a lot of just like colorful aspects to the song.
It was so good.
I could listen to this over and over again. This is, man, what quality. I love how like I was always ready to see what was next. Always ready to see what was going to come next musically.
Jason Collier. You just sounded like Jason Collier.
Jason Collier?
Is that his name? I don't even fucking...
Jacob Collier.
Jacob!
You just made us...
No, sorry!